I think for years, this is the worst Liverpool start in the Premier League ever since I think he really came in through. That is a man who goes by names of Jurgen Klopp, because in the total 18 points Liverpool would have collected in the entire 6 games, they've managed to get only 9. Guys, imagine, just 9 out of the possible 18, meaning that they've lost 50% of the points they're supposed to be getting, and they've got 50%, meaning that 9 out of 18. Worst start of Liverpool into the Premier League season. They're having 9 points out of the possible 18. Again today, after getting a late win against Newcastle, Liverpool have gone ahead to draw with Everton 0-0 at Goodson Park. It's a derby, Merseyside derby. Lots of things have happened. I really believe that Virgil van Dijk would have gotten a red card. I'm talking about saves done by Alisson, Pickford, and very many other players on the field of play. Gordon, exciting enough for you. Darwin Núñez, a disappointment. And obviously Mohamed Salah kept quiet again, as Malacia did in that game of Manchester United versus a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Obviously, we are here to bring you the match reaction of Everton versus Liverpool. It's going to be a 10-minute video, short video, but it's going to be so much detail with the analysis and stats as far as that game really happened against a side which goes by the names of Everton. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner and smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that enable you get notified each and every time I upload the video to this channel. Alright, let's get into this game now. This game ended 0-0. There is nothing to talk about like goals, but it's just a disappointment for Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp and his team having very many injuries. Players are really on the return, but when you look at the games that Man City has played, Man City has already played a game less than Liverpool, but obviously they are 4 points ahead of Liverpool, and if at all they win their next game against Aston Villa, that is going to be played in the next 1.5 hours from now, obviously they are going to be 7 points ahead of Liverpool, yet they've played the same amount of games. Now, Liverpool is having all its players back. I've seen Diego Jota is back. Mela's coming through, so let's wait and see. Are they going to improve the next game they're going to play? Because they're now starting to play 2 games per week. Champions League is back, midweek is Champions League, and the next weekend they're playing into the Premier League. So let's wait and see what is going to happen in there for you. First and foremost, this is my first talking point, guys. That look at that, guys. VAR is a cheat. If there is something that is a cheat, it's VAR. That's why I hate it. I hate it. I've come out on several times and said I hate VAR. Do you know why? Look at that. Very many players have been red carded and sent off the field of play because of that foul. Look at Virgil van Dijk on Onana. Up on the shin. You get? That's supposed to be a red card. And to my knowledge, this required a VAR review, and it never went into a VAR review. It never did it. Never did it go into a VAR review, and that is why I hate VAR. You know, sometimes it's good because it really cancelled out a goal that Mbappe scored on his debut of Everton. But on matters where it mattered most, it didn't come out to really show its involvement. That's a red card, guys. I don't know what you think about it, but to me, that's a red card. And to Virgil van Dijk, that was supposed to be a red card. And in the 75th minute of the game, he was supposed to be sent off the pitch. But the referee and VAR just gave him a yellow card. After giving him a yellow card, they never even reviewed it. You get? And VAR has been so much consistent of not giving red cards to players this season than they were last season on such fouls. I remember Scott McTominay, he had 2 fouls in the first games of United that they lost against Brighton and Brentford, and he was not sent off the pitch. First and foremost, against Brighton, he did a foul like that against Caicedo. It was reviewed by VAR. VAR said it's okay. Against Brentford, he did the same foul like that against Mbeumo, and VAR said it's 100% okay. You get? So when you look at how things are really going in through at the side which goes by names of the VAR and the refereeing, this should change, because that is so up on the shin, and obviously Virgil van Dijk was supposed to be given marching of orders from the field of play, and obviously he wouldn't have really gone ahead to stand. Talk about this man, Darwin Núñez. One thing I really worry about him is that he had taken himself off the pressure at the beginning of the season by scoring a very good goal against Man City in the Community Shield. He even caused a penalty. Obviously, the ball was not going in goal, but there is the way it really slid off the hand of Ruben Diaz, and they were really given a spot kick that Mohamed Salah scored. But ever since then, he came in and really scored a goal against Fulham. He equalized and then gave an assist to Mohamed Salah to make it 2-2 with Fulham. And after that, he was a disgrace. He got a red card in the game of Crystal Palace, and he has just returned. He returned in the game of Newcastle, but obviously he is really ridiculous, missing chances per chance, and his aerial ability is what describes him as a best striker, according to me. But he doesn't really score goals for Liverpool. You get? He doesn't really score goals for Liverpool. Even today, I saw him in some good scoring positions like this one, but he couldn't direct the ball into the back of the net. So I think Jurgen Klopp is really worrying, and the pressure is so much mounting on his players, like this player who goes by Darwin Núñez. Lots of question marks onto this. Look at Tomiskas and Gray. Very big bad hole in there for you, and Tomiskas was taken off, and then Robertson was brought on, showing you that he really rested Robertson because he knew that he's going to play in the Champions League, and that's how it's going to be always. You see, this season is going to be very, very determinant on the results that are going to be gotten after the World Cup, because right now every club is going to suffer, especially a club that is playing in Europe. Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, Manchester United and Chelsea can't get consistent results because you need to be having two fully fit squads. Does Liverpool have one? I really doubt they can come in and compete with the second string side in the for you. But obviously that was Tomiskas and Gray of Everton. Then this is Maupe. He really had a very good game. He scored and the goal was ruled out by VAR. Coming in from a side which goes by the names of Brighton, where Dan Welbeck looks like he's so much in form that Maupe was really kicked out of the starting 11 of Brighton. Coming in at Everton, that has no Calvert-Lewin, and they lacked that focal point to lead the line for them. And him leading the line for Everton has shown us that it was really something great. It was really something great for a man who got on a Maupe, and I think Frank Lampard is now one of the most happiest people we've seen on planet Earth, because Maupe really gave him that center forward presence in the game of football that played today against a side which goes by names of Everton. He was really so much alive and active. His progressive game was really immense. He took on Virgil van Dijk. He took on Joe Gomez. He could dive deep in the midfield, go on the left, shift to the right to go in and really act as a mobile striker, and obviously got in a goal, but it was cancelled and ruled out by VAR. So Maupe has really played very well, and to me, he's one of the man of the match contenders, according to me. Then this guy, is it Davies? Really did something great. I really loved, but his effort was denied to go into the upper corner. You see that effort? This is his effort, carrying effort, using his outer foot. He hit that ball. Alisson was already beaten, and see what happened. Alisson was just looking at the ball like he had already given up. He couldn't throw himself there to save the day, for side which goes back to Liverpool, but the upper corner of the frame, of the goal frame, really saved Liverpool. It really stopped that effort from going in, and it went out after striking the goal frame in there for you. So look at Virgil van Dijk looking on, knowing that, oh, it's done. This is Tomiskas and Joe Gomez and the goalkeeper Alisson Becker admitting that everything is done. There is nothing we can change about this effort, and obviously it went into the crossbar and it went begging out. Then This effort also came in from Liverpool, and it was saved by a man who goes by names of Jamin Pickford, and it struck the post and it came back into the field. It shows you that Liverpool are really lacking numbers, because the second balls in the box area of Everton were not attacked by Liverpool players. They lack that squad depth, according to me. They lack the depth of numbers, and that shows you how Sadio Mane is being missed in this team. Amidst Diaz coming in through, but in games like this, when Mohamed Salah is silent, Firmino silent, maybe Diogo Jota silent, you would see a one Sadio Mane raising up to the occasion and really putting in an effort that everyone would go on and talk about. But Liverpool has gone ahead to draw with the side which goes by names of Everton, 0-0, but Everton was more threatening, guys. But Pickford also did a very good job today, and let's get into the match stats. 14 shots by Everton, 23 by Liverpool, 3 shots by Everton on target. Liverpool had 8 shots on target out of 23 shots. I really believe that they would have done more, and if at all they really had like 13 shots on target, all 14, I think they would have gotten themselves a goal, but they are making it hard for themselves to score, because having 23 shots and 8 on target only, very low, and the manager wouldn't really like it. 39% ball possession by Everton, Liverpool having 61%. Obviously, Jurgen Klopp won't like this. He would like to be at a minimum of 70% ball possession, and he would be like on top of his game, and that's what he really likes about this. Then 300 passes completed by Everton, 461 passes completed by Liverpool, a difference of 160. Not all that much. 71% pass accuracy, 80% pass accuracy for side which goes by names of Liverpool. 7 fouls by Everton, it's then 11 fouls by Liverpool. It shows you that Liverpool was really dropping and losing the ball a lot. That's why it has called for 11 fouls. Then we are having 2 yellow cards for both sides, Liverpool and Everton. Then 0 red cards. I really believe that Virgil van Dijk was supposed to be on here, and 1 should be on Liverpool, because that was supposed to be a red card according to me. Then 3 offsides by Everton and 2 offsides by Liverpool. 7 corners by Everton and 9 corners by side which goes by names of Liverpool. But guys, Liverpool needs to lift up their stockings, because as things stand, they are really going to be having a very difficult season. Do you know why? Look at Arsenal. Manchester United is coming up. Chelsea is trying to forge up, and believe me, at a point X, Chelsea will show up. Spurs is ready to compete. So this trophy for the Premier League this season is not like the other seasons we've been playing. It has always been a 2-horse race, Man City and Liverpool. It's not going to be the same this season. Trust me, it's going to be a minimum of 3 or 4 horse race for the title. You get? Liverpool has only played one big team, United, and lost to it, and they are not collecting points on teams they are supposed to be collecting points on. That is so much worrying. That's so much worrying, because last season, Liverpool, I think, came in here and beat Everton by 5-0, and they are reversing everything they did last season into this. At Old Trafford, they went there and beat United by 5-0. This time round, United beat them by 2-1. You get? Liverpool shouldn't be drawing against Fulham. Liverpool shouldn't be drawing against Everton, and shouldn't be beaten by Manchester United. That's it. But because they're having lots of problems that are undressed, obviously, they are going to face it rough this season, because competition is stiff nowadays. Teams like Newcastle are also putting in a shift, and as Liverpool beat them by 2-1, but it was a late winner that never lifted them up. Let's go to the Premier League table. Where is a team which goes by names of Liverpool? Liverpool has drawn its second game in the season. They've won 2 and drawn 3. They drew against Crystal Palace, they drew against Everton, they drew against Fulham. So that's what they have in their bag. Let's wait and see what is going to come up and pop up. Now, Arsenal, top of the table, 5 games played, 15 points. Man City, 5 games played, 13. Tottenham, 5 games played, they're having 11 points. Then Brighton, 5 games played, they're having 10 points. Liverpool have played 6 and they're having 9. This is what I've told you, that if at all United win tomorrow, all draw, they're really going to be ahead of Liverpool. And you see how things really start off. Liverpool started off with a draw and United was beaten The second game, Liverpool drew with Crystal Palace, and United was beaten, and it was at the bottom of the table. And now we see how things are really changing. Liverpool needs to uplift its stockings, because look at the difference between these two teams. Because these three, you get 15-3, meaning that Arsenal is ahead of Liverpool by 6 points, and they have a game in hand. If Arsenal wins tomorrow against Manchester United, obviously Liverpool is going to be 9 points behind Arsenal. You don't want to start your season this way. But the good thing with Liverpool is we've seen that it's a team that can really wake up and stretch to 10 games unbeaten, and they can win all of those games and get maximum points. Liverpool can collect 30 points in 10 games consecutively. So let's wait and see how it's going to happen after this game. But Liverpool is really looking not good, and their attacking formula and sequence and patterns are really non-threatening as they were last season. So thank you guys for watching in. Your reactions to Everton 0, Liverpool 0 are welcome into the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later and good night. It's not good night, it's good evening, isn't it? Maybe people waiting in Asia, I think they're going to sleep, and those in America have just woken up. It's around noon. I'm out. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly.